Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another Historical Humans Reacts. And today we are looking at a map that was sold for $239,000, but is believed to be one of the oldest maps in the world and is now tagged at $7.5 million.
Yes, indeed.
Oh,
This is
that's.
a really cool map.
It is. It is actually very interesting.
Yeah, no,
Where's it from?
uh I don't have it, but the map itself is what is known as a nautical chart, which is a depiction of all the ways, basically all the trade routes and main travel routes over water. And it is the fourth oldest nautical chart in the world. And it depicts the routes into the and around the Mediterranean.
Yeah, you
You
kind
can
of see where they tried to get like Scandinavia, but just really gave up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like the Mediterranean looks real nice. Like you could clearly distinguish Sardinia, Corsica, Sicily, Crete, Cyprus, places
Yeah,
like
you
that.
Yeah, you can
yeah,
see
you
the
got
Italian boot.
yeah, you got most of Italy, most of Spain. You got a vague depiction of like England, Ireland, France, all that good stuff. And then like Denmark is just barely visible.
but
After that, it's just gone.
But the major blunder here comes on behalf of Christie's, the auction house, because they had this labeled as idiosyncratic and unusual map as early as the 16th century and tagged it at a $100,000 to $150,000 estimate. However, Alex Clausen, who is a map dealer based out of San Diego, believed that it was something just a little more special, having realized that the in Spain it depicts Moorish occupation among a number of anomalies that happened, but the defeat of the Moorish kingdom in Spain didn't happen until 1492. So you can pretty well inference that the 1600 date of this map might have been off by just a few centuries.
Yeah, as we were talking about the 1500, a map from the 1500s depicting a country that ceased to exist in the 1490s.
Wow, at least one.
Mm-hmm.
And the collector, for what it's for exactly what it's worth, realized that this anomaly happened, and what he ended up doing was having it further researched and authenticated by academics and researchers when they came back and told him that the map's date actually comes back to around the 1360s, which is incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, this date was confirmed with a New York laboratory using carbon dating and pigment analysis, which granted the chart a date of no earlier than the 1320s and no later than the 1420s, a full century prior to when it was supposed to have been.
Which, for it only having like a 40 or 50-year standard deviation there, that's really. Or that's like 20-year deviation in either direction. Like, that's incredible.
Because it's yeah, I think that's part because the radiocarbon dating is in fact backed by pigment analysis, which is a little bit tighter on the scope.
Well, you can also radiocarbon date certain pigments as well. Like, a lot of black pigments are made with carbon. So you can
Yeah.
actually date the specific pigments. It's one of the ways in which they can actually authenticate artworks versus forgeries. Same with old bottles of wine because the carbon inside of it is different from modern carbon.
Yeah, and it's yeah. I'm just saying, like the radiocarbon dating wasn't the only analysis that the pigments went through. Getting corroboration there is usually how you tighten down those holds.
Yeah, it's also just kind of interesting too because the map also depicts Crusader strongholds in the Levant.
I'm just wanting to know why was this being sold? Who? Why was this not in a museum?
So this was being sold because
Oh,
it
we got
was
Indiana Jones up here.
it. Yeah. So here's how it is. This was part of an estate sale from
Goddamn
the
rich people.
Anne and Gordon Getty collection, which was sold for charity at the Christie's auction house. So basically, this was in a very rich person's private collection. When they died, it was slated to be sold for charity. Welcome to the Money Talks, Wealth Whispers part of history.
It's also just
Yeah.
curiously a really great way to get around inheritance and estate taxes. And you have
Indeed.
large charitable donations at the end of your life.
And not to mention, a lot of places you can get a nice tax write-off if it's for charity.
Aaron, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh.
For the estate tax.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that
Yeah.
part.
When you die, they tax your estate.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. I had relatives die recently. I should know this.
This is America. But this is really interesting to see a map this old, which ends up being the fourth oldest map that is in existence currently.
Yeah, it's the fourth old. Yeah, it's the fourth oldest surviving Portolan chart, which
Portolan
is this type
chart, sorry.
of chart. The oldest is the Carte Tisania, which is from the late 13th century, so just under 100 years before this one has been dated to. Currently in the National Library of France. One of the things I do love about this too is that the name of this particular chart, which has been given a name by the people who bought and analyzed it, is the Rex Tholomius Portolan chart, which is named actually in honor of Ptolemy, a second century geographer who appears in the corner of the print. Christie's mistook him for a depiction of King Solomon, the mythical king of Africa.
I also find it very interesting because, Aaron, your reaction of, it belongs in a museum, is not too far off because the gentleman who owns it also said that he's willing to sell it, but is asking $7.5 million because that rarity and what this chart is does put it into some pretty rarefied air. So in the meantime, it's probably going to sit in a frame in his office until a university or museum decides to take ownership of it with $7.5 million.
That office better not be a windowed office. That's all I'm saying.
Oh no.
Sunlight.
This just
Sunlight.
call him arrested for breaking into office stealing.
I'm not going to break into his office. I'm just saying, if it has a window, anything's fair.
You know, the map in your bedroom, it looks a little different than usual.
I don't know what you're talking about. No one can see behind me. We just have the historical humans wall. Guides hide the crime.
Yes, no, there has been no crime committed. We joke, but
It's the scene from that movie. Pay no attention. What's going on over here? What was that with was that Naked Gun?
I mean, it's Wizard of Oz mainly.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Yes.
Is what you're
Yeah,
saying.
but I'm thinking of the one where like there's like clearly explosions going on in the background.
I mean,
It's
I'm
at least-
sure Naked Gun did some variant of that. They were very big on parody. But
And
anyways, I think this is a good point here for us to end this episode. It's great to talk about these rare maps and to talk about something that doesn't get discussed all that frequently and what is a financial win for this guy, clearly. But
yeah, very big one.
we will see you guys in the next video. Peace.